and keep you in that late mindset where you think you're not good enough and you need to keep coming to me in order to be able to be accountable, to him, not even to the faith, but be accountable to the your so-called preachers and teachers. But so no, I don't bang with institutionalized religion. I will worship and come, with people who I believe are speaking truth and who truly do love the Most High and His Son. But I cannot see myself, committing to a building or joining any congregation or church, quote unquote, because it's too much error in those situations. And then the logic, the mindset that you have of the whole, God's gonna get them if they do the wrong things. And you have a duty to, there's a proper order. If an elder's out of order, there's a proper mandate and steps to take to rebuke that elder. You don't do it publicly. You do it with respect and order. So you said it ain't your duty to do that. It is your duty to do that if you are of the faith. And I think that's the reason why there's so much nonsense going on in so-called, the quote-unquote church period, but more so the black church with the molestations and maybe even rapes of women, who knows, or, coerced sexual experiences with women because, don't say nothing, don't tell nobody. That whole thing is going on, and don't rebuke them, and don't, that whole mindset to me is disgusting. Of, we're not going to tell them that they're wrong. We're not going to rebuke them. We're not going to have them removed because they're a poison. Because, the scripture says that, the Most High's name is blaspheming among, at the time it said Gentiles, because of the behavior. Like, the way church folks was acting is the reason why a lot of people don't bang with religion. It's not more that if you love, the carnal mind is at enmity with Yah. It cannot nor will it submit to His ways. Showing love, I agree, is the only way we can get people to come. More importantly, the best example that you are a believer is how you live your life. What type of fruit do you produce? And yeah, we struggle, we fall, but it shouldn't be an image of you constantly struggling and falling. It should be an image of you repenting, getting back up, and pressing forward. And I think the whole thing with Christianity is it keeps you in that little box of, I'll never be able to be free. I'll always be in this level, and I'll always be down here, and the pastor and deacons, and they'll always be up there. I think that mindset is dangerous as well. I think that's why a lot of people stay in bondage and don't go beyond that, and they don't get help and don't try to examine themselves and be more accountable. I mean, you even mentioned how tithing, which I'll get into next, how you focus more on, if you don't tithe, you're going to get in trouble, and your finances are going to be out of order. To me, that is so crazy. Like, you were more assertive in that area than you were of actually telling people you need to stop sinning, you need to stop fornicating, you need to stop doing those things. Like, no matter how much you tithe, if you're not living right, you're in error. If you love me, you will keep my commandments. That is what the scripture says. That is what we teach the gospel. We err, we fall short, but the goal, the whole duty of it all, is to revere the Most High and keep His commandments. That is the message you need to be portraying to folks. That's what love is, according to scripture. If you love me, you will. If you love me, you will keep my commandments. If I continue to break your commandments, I can't say I love you. If I'm in a committed relationship with my spouse, if I had one, and I continually do things that she doesn't like, that hurt her, how can I say I love her? In the words of theologian Darnell Jones, when you love someone, you just don't treat them bad. The scripture, when the Most High says His children sin, it's like birth pains. It hurts Him when those who He loves sin. And I think that the whole, I get what you're saying on the part of being judgmental, but I think we can't dismiss negative behavior, because a lot of people will perceive that as, you're being silent is as consent, like you're consenting what they're doing. And again, like in the culture we live in today, when you want to be open and want to be more receptive of things, and you don't want to cause any trouble, and you want to be quiet and, you know, tolerate. That's what they call you. Want you to be tolerant, you know, of their choices. I think that is so wrong and dangerous. And I think it gets caught up in the whole let's just love everybody mentality. You know, like I said before, if you love me, tell me the truth about what I'm doing. Don't sit there and watch me make bad choices and bad mistakes, or what we dumb them down and call them is that. But in reality, it's sin. It's a transgression against the law. It's the wrong thing. It's not what we should be doing.